Hey everyone, it's Spicy Sushi. So for today's video, I decided to craft a strength stacking Venom Gyre claw for the Replica Alberon variant of Venom Gyre. Now you may be looking at this and be like, why do you have spell damage on this claw? And that's actually because of Iron Will. So with Iron Will, these players, they stack strength, which applies to spell damage. And that spell damage is being in turn converted to, increasing attack damage by an enormous amount via the Crown of Eyes Hubris Circlet. So it's a very interesting interaction between a bunch of different items and sources, but in the end, this is the claw that they usually want. From a profit crafting standpoint, I decide not to make the best claw anymore. You could certainly maybe find the best in slot claw. I don't know if it's best in slot, but basically it's woe essence spell damage. We have the two same prefixes we have here, flat chaos and chaos pin. You usually have T1 crit multi. You usually have fractured zeal essence, which right now is like 13 divine, so it's insanely expensive. But the last suffix, the only really key differences is woe essence spell damage, which is about 30% higher. And then instead of the T1 crit chance that we have here, it's going to have bench crafted crit, which also comes with 24 strength, flat strength, which is slightly better than this one. And that is the best claw. But for this video, we're going to be focusing on what you would call maybe the budget claw. Now, if you want to know how to make the best possible claw, aka the woe essence claw, you can go watch my old video. It's actually the same crafting process, but keep in mind it's very risky now, which is why I don't recommend crafting it anymore, because you're going to be reforging crit a lot, and when you're reforging crit, you have a very high chance of filling up your suffixes, since you might have to do it up to 13 times to get the T1 crit multi to bench craft the flat crit with, or the local crit, sorry, with 24 strength. So we decided to go with this one. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. All right, let's go ahead and jump into buying the base. So I think, like I said in the intro, is that it used to be a zeal essence fracture, but since we're going to be using zeal essences, we're going to be going for a so these two. It should, yep, so global crit multi, it both should work. So one of these, I believe it can be like 30, let's see so 30 chaos for this one, 40 chaos for this one, 50 chaos for this one. These are, but it does need to be item level 83. Sorry about that, because it just needs to be item level 83 minimum. Basically, item level 83, we're going to be able to get the single tier of chaos damage. There's only one tier and is the only chaos tagged prefix. This is important for later on. And, T1 crit multi and is all we need. T1 crit multi, T1 crit strike chance, so that's 73 item level for T1 crit multi, and then for T1 crit strike chance, item level 73. So yeah, we just need 83 item level. So when I search this, we see 40 chaos, 70 chaos, 1 divine, 1 divine, 1 divine. This is going to be much cheaper basically than getting a zeal essence fracture. These are like 13 exalts, I believe, last time I checked, which increases the cost of the craft exponentially. Although, it is a better claw, as I talked about. But for this league, I feel like it's way more worth it to just take the minimal percentage loss in damage to save you a lot of money this time, because there's just so much risk involved now. Yep, there's our base, 70 chaos. It is item level 83, perfect. Even though we missed out on a 1% crit multi, if you're just looking for a claw, an entry claw for strength stacking Venom Gyre, you probably won't care about that 1%. But anyway, I've already acquired some zeal essences for this. Basically, instead of using a fractured zeal, we're going to be using the zeal essence. The way we set that up is we have our claw, put in your item level. We're going to fracture a mod, and the way we do this is, you're going to go to your fractured mod. So for us, we have crit strike multiplier right here. I'm going to right click it, and then what I want to do is I want to hit T1 crit strike chance. So it says it's a 1 in 99, so it's going to take 99 zeal essences on average to hit it, and then we are actually done. There's no annulling that we have to do. There's nothing like that, since we already have a fractured suffix. So when we hit that crit strike chance, our suffixes for the claw are completely done. So I got 3 divines worth basically is what it's going to be around. But there's no annulling you have to do or anything. So once you hit it like that, you're done. So saved a bit of money, didn't have to go through all 100. I've made 4 claws this league, and that's definitely the fastest I've gotten it. But There's a T1 crit strike chance, our Zeal Essence attack speed. Unfortunately, the divine rolls are quite low, but I'm going to try to hold myself back from divining it. Alright, so all you're going to do here is we're going to lock suffixes now. You need an open prefix though, so keep that in mind. If you Zeal Essence into 3 prefixes somehow with your crit strike chance, you are going to have to go for a vision annul. But after that, you know, all you have to do is lock suffixes for 2 divines, like this, and then you're going to use a Chaos Reforge. It is the only Chaos modifier on prefix, so it is guaranteed. So, crafting bench, Chaos. If you hit 3 prefixes, you have to annul, but keep in mind that this is a lot better than the old method for the claw, where you would reforge crit up to 13 times, because you would definitely sometimes hit a full suffixes and you'd be very depressed because you'd have to go for an annul after investing a lot in your prefixes for the best in slot claw. So this is way better because it is not that expensive to get back our suffixes here. But we don't have to worry about that. We did hit the T1 Chaos, and then all we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to Ashling for another 2 divines and then pay for the Ashling cost. And if we win, it's actually a 100% guaranteed unveil, so I'll get into that in a minute. Let's go ahead and go buy our Ashling. Alright, so like I've always done, I just go to the channel, and then I have my copy paste already down here, but I'm going to type in Ashling instead of Verici this time. So 1.5 divine now. Looks like Ashling, yeah, okay. Looks like Ashling's 1.5 divines now. Alright, confirm. Are we going to have to do this again? Let's see. Nope. Alright. There's Ashling done. We do the logout macro, double enter, back to hideout, and now let me vouch. Definitely went better than the last claw. Last claw did miss Ashling twice. Okay, so for when we're at this point, it is a 100% unveil chance. You just need to make sure you craft your spell damage, which is going to be there anyway. You know, I'm dumb and I don't have an Exalted Orb, I guess, so let me go buy some real quick. Okay, so I have my 26 Exalts. I don't need 26, but, you know, might as well get more while I can. So we craft our spell damage for 1 Exalt, and then you have a 100% unveiled chance at the most important mod, which is the Chaos Pin. Unfortunately, we low-rolled it. Rip. I think everything's like low-rolled on our item. I'm really tempted to You know what? We'll keep that. We got 28% on the attack speed, but we got max roll on the crit, and oh no, our flat chaos is bad. Whatever, I'm not gonna get tempted. Okay, well, you know what, guys? I just realized, though, that I made a really dumb mistake, and you really should... Oh, man, I feel bad now. Anyway, this was one thing I told myself I would remember to do. I really told myself I remember to do it, but what you want to do is you need to perfect fossil your claw to at least 24% before you start crafting on it. Oh, man, I messed up. Because what you want to do is you want to craft this local attack speed mod on your claw, 1% per 8%. So when you get 24% quality on it, you'd have to get 32% for the next breakpoint, but so that doesn't really matter because you can't get 32% anyway. But you want to get 24% before you start crafting, and that's like that's not even that many perfect fossils to get that. So I messed up really bad. I have to go get Hillock now. I guess this is an okay lesson because if you do mess up like me, you can always go buy a Hillock. But we have to pay like a divine that we didn't have to now, right? Or like a 100 chaos that we didn't have to. But yeah, like if you get like a T3 Hillock, like this is T3 Hillock armor, but you see how it's 28% for T3. So if there's like a T3 Hillock weapon for 28%, that's perfect for you as well. Because we just need to get above 24. So like that's only 70 chaos. Maybe a weapon is around the same. All right. And there it is. Alright, so we got the Hillock done. You know, like I said, I should have perfect fossiled it before, so that is my mistake. But I'm glad it actually, you know, this did happen, so I could remind you guys to make sure you perfect fossil to 24% first for the attack speed breakpoint. But, yep, there's our claw. It took us about, you know, okay, obviously we got pretty lucky. It was like 70 chaos for the base, like 10 chaos for 10 zeal essences. And then we spent 4 divines on prefixes. So it was like 5 divines, plus like, you know, 6, and then maybe so one it cost us like 8 divines total, including the attack speed enchant. All right, let's do a quick price check on our claw that we made. All right, so it looks like 17. Yeah, these are carbon copies basically of our claw. 17 divines, an hour ago each, 18 divines. At this price point right here, I would just buy these. These people are making little to no profit. I mean, okay, so there's like a little bit of profit, but it's definitely not worth the time to make this claw when they're at 17 divines if you want to just buy them. This is very little profit. Usually they go for this price point, 21, 22, which is usually a fair amount of profit. But if you want I would definitely check these out first. If you want to just buy a Venom Gyre Claw, you would only save like, unless you got lucky with the Ashling, of course, like you would only save like 1 or 2 divines on average, in which case you would make back that time by just not having to craft it. So at this price point, I'm not sure what's going on here, but here is where normally people would, it would be worth just making the claw yourself or profit crafting, because you are making a fair amount of profit here. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed.